Oh man,
Okay,
that's so cool.
so yeah, once these guys are ready, I think we can hop into this game. See, looks like both players are ready. Are you ready, James? Are you ready, chat?
Oh yeah. I'm ready. I'm always ready for this.
Let's do it.
All
Okay.
Right.
3, 2, 1. Tetris, let's go. Laser Monkey, 27th seed from qualifying versus Sodium Overdose at the 11th seed. And this is a pretty good matchup.
Yeah, both of these players are hyper tappers, of course. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, both with
Yes.
pretty quick hyper tapping at that, so they can get out of some pretty high situations.
I mean, when you're 15 years old, you know. Got the power of youth.
Yeah, that youth hyper tapping power is overpowering. We see that from Dog playing Tetris as well, who is only, I believe he's only 13. So
What?
Yeah, these young guns are going to be killing it.
Oh man. Yeah, and of course this was all brought on by the wave of Joseph, who really showed everybody that, you know, it wasn't about the old school guard necessarily.
Yeah.
That the youth can come in here and have a shot at this. Still hasn't been able to... Okay, there we go. Finally Tetris ready for Laser. Gonna be able to get that tuck in there. Oh, he just decided to block that right when the long piece came, of course. That's the way it works. Not gonna be a problem this time.
No. He's able to get the right pieces to open up that right, drop a Tetris. Sodium ahead by 60,000 to start things off in this best of 5. Early days in this set. We'll see how this first game plays out. I'm hoping for some epic games. We've had we've had a fair amount of some early top outs today. Let's keep that to a minimum, boys. We're in the finals. We gotta step it up. No early top outs.
Ooh, dirty Tetris for Sodium. I love it. That was beautifully done by Sodium. And yeah, for sure, Corian was a hyper tapper. He was one of the original main hyper tappers. He came from the Grandmaster Tetris scene. I remember the first CTWC I went to. He was there mainly to compete in the Tetris Grandmaster stuff, and he wasn't one of the, you know, he wasn't a favorite in the classic Tetris, but he has obviously learned that and become so strong at that game as well, because, you know, when you're good at Tetris, man, you're good at Tetris.
Yeah, 100%.
Ooh, man, we are seeing some hyper tapping from Sodium right now. He is playing way up there, but it's gonna work out for him if he can get a long piece. Come on. Uh-oh. Okay. There we go. Long piece to burn off that column space over there. He's looking pretty safe. He decides to tuck. Oh, that's perfect, actually. Look at this. Now look how clean Sodium's screen has gotten all of a sudden. He just needs to get past this drought, and there it is.
It is. Back into a very close match, James.
Yeah, back to back. It was 380 points separating the two players there. See that nice little micro adjustment at the very end there for Sodium. Just the reaction to seeing what the next piece coming up is. Of course, you only get one preview here. You guys are all probably used to modern Tetris. You get a screen of 3 pieces, and that's too kind and friendly for NES Tetris players here.
Yeah, I think if there was a piece preview here on NES Tetris, it'd be a little too easy. The difficulty is just right. Maybe, obviously when they were making this game, they weren't thinking it was going to be played like this in 2020, but here we are, and it just happens to be just right for us, so just leave it the way it is. It doesn't need to be touched.
Exactly. And, you know, that was one of the coolest things that Alexei Pashnitnov said at the CTWC, because he even admitted he gave a speech at the end of the tournament, and he even said, I did not believe Tetris could be played properly without that many preview pieces. It was one of the reasons why they decided to go in that direction. And he said after watching the tournament, he was like, I believe now that you can play it in all sorts of different formats. And like I said, I think that was key in even the Tetris company going, yeah, go ahead and put this mode, the classic Tetris mode, into Tetris Effect.
Right. Yeah, it was a pleasure to meet Alexei at the last year's tournament.
I mean, without trying to get myself to tear up here, but like, if you told me that I would ever be able to meet Alexei Pashnitnov, and he even told me, he was like, I love your commentary. And I was like, oh my God. Like, if you told me that I would have Alexei Pashnitnov compliment me, not just like, oh, hi, fan, let me shake your hand and take this picture, like that. Oh, man. What a moment for me.
Yeah, it got James all flustered up. He was blowing the air off of his face. It's like, oh man, it's my idol here, telling me I'm great. Man. But meanwhile, okay, Sodium is able to hit that left wall Tetris. I thought he might set up for another one, but I guess there is transition coming up, so it's probably smart not to.
Yeah, be safe here. But now we've got an LJ requirement, now just a J requirement. Now it turned into an I requirement.
Some funky building there from Sodium.
But boom, Tetris for Laser.
Yeah, putting him in the lead. Laser Monkey ahead by 30,000, so very close game.
Yeah. Oh, what great pieces for Laser right there. Obviously, he couldn't quite get the Tetris. Actually, never mind. I might have jinxed him because then he just got a couple of really not good pieces. Oh, didn't get that tuck in there just in time. And nice micro adjustment by Laser right there as well. Meanwhile, Sodium, I mean, I guess he isn't streaming. People were saying in the chat that he's not streaming, but he's definitely talking to somebody.
Yeah. Definitely some group chat shenanigans going on, and telling him how he feels about the match going on. And let's see how he handles this. Okay, taking some safe burns. And,
yeah, he could have went for the center well Tetris for sure. But
Laser Monkey's going to top out, and Sodium was good.
Oh, yeah, Sodium just passed him up right there. It's crazy because there's just this one screen with both of the players next to each other like this. But when we're doing the commentary and you're looking at one screen, the other screen you just become blind to it. It's so weird.
Yeah, that's an issue in modern tournaments as well, just the fast pace. Even in classic Tetris where it's a little slower. 19 speed is faster because of the nature of how the game is controlled. But it's still hard to miss action in Tetris when it's fast paced between two players.
Yeah, and it's just, as a player, when you start staring at one screen, you really do just kind of, this is what I say I love about Tetris the most, is that it puts you in a zone.
Yeah.
And when you are in that zone and you are staring at one particular screen, your brain is working so fast on where to put the pieces and everything like that, that you can't even be bothered to see somebody else's screen anymore,
Yeah. Yeah, I really do enjoy watching the game. I also like to, especially if you're a player or someone trying to learn the game, when you watch somebody and maybe how you're kind of making decisions in your own head, and you're like, okay, why did they make that decision? Why'd they do it differently? That's how you learn pretty quickly, actually.
Yeah, an unfortunate start, however, for Laser with one misdrop kind of spiraling itself. He's going to be fine. Like, I have no doubt he's going to be able to clear himself out of this. Obviously, again, the tail of the tape is just that this is going to cause him to fall behind in points.
Right.
And that's the main concern right there. Mm-hmm. See, like I said, no problem digging himself out of there.
Ooh. Sodium with some quick taps to get that long bar to the left, and he drops the Tetris, putting him at a 60,000 point lead here at 18 lines.
Yeah, at only 18 lines, which just is an indication right there of, how much burning Laser has had to do. Because if we look there, Tetris rate 15%. That's it. Mm-hmm. So, but again, so early on, Laser really has no reason to panic at this point, because what goes around comes around. Bad RNG is going to hit every player at one point in time.
Exactly.
There's no such thing as getting a max out game without having at least one drought of just really crappy lines.
Yeah. I don't think we haven't really had a perfect game yet from players. So it's like, it's just because it rarely happens. You're going to run into some issues. And, if we did have, the perfect game where no one has any droughts, we would see a 1.5 already. But of course, that is extremely rare because of the nature of this game. Okay, so Sodium keeping that small lead that he has maintained. Well, I guess a decent lead, about 63,000. So 3 Tetrises for Sodium overdose.
Laser hitting a little bit of a drought here. Had a center well Tetris, but he decided to clean up for it, and wisely so, because look at this. He finally got the long piece, but it wasn't when he needed it. He was trying not to put the Z piece in that column space because it's one of those unfortunate situations when you put the Z piece in there, you're not actually clearing out any lines. But he has finally managed to get himself out of that situation, and boom, Tetris for Laser, which has got to be a relief for him.
Yeah, he's going to need some scoring to get caught up here on the 18 phase. And like you said, it's still, considering these two that can go all the way, it's still pretty early on in the game. But we're starting to hit that, that mid-game point, maybe around 75 lines, at least on the 18 phase, where you can kind of, if you got a lead by then, you should be feeling pretty good.
All right. Meanwhile, Sodium at a 63% rate, now 65% rate. So he is on max out pace. He is doing nice. Had a little bit of an adjustment to be made there. And see, there you go again. Every time you try to fill out that right side, you're always kind of semi-blocking it again with those ZS pieces.
Yeah.
They have Z and S pieces, of course, are the ones with the terrible parity, as we call it, PARITY. Doesn't switch the odd even blocks very well,
Right.
All these crazy terms we have to make up to try to help describe what's happening.
I like that you spelled it out, because parity is something that I feel like people are saying a lot, especially in the last year, just because it is a good term to describe that, though, like how evening out the board and having less piece dependencies is a symptom of good parity. And there we go.
It's just, there you go. Boom, Tetris for Sodium. And that's always one of the tough things, because parody obviously sounds like, oh, you're talking about, like Weird Al Yankovic music. No, that's not what we're talking about here. And a lot of times I've mentioned it even on my own streams, and, a lot of people have had to have it explained as well. But basically it's, there's a good way to look at the board in terms of odd and even. If you have a lot of jagged, like saw teeth, you're at an odd parity. If you have a lot of too wide holes, you're at an even parity. And you actually want to be at even parity more than you want to be at odd parity. Odd parity is actually not good for Tetris players.
All right, Sodium maintaining a pretty comfortable lead here. 118,000 for Sodium, and he's waiting to score, getting a little bit of a drought here, so he's going to have to cover as well. And Laser Monkey has an odd situation too. He's getting some good pieces, but we're approaching transition, so hopefully he can get it cleaned up.
Yeah, he needs to get something cleaned really badly over here, but had some awkward piece placements over here. Had opportunities, and that's the other thing too. How I mentioned that sometimes you don't even see the other, like as commentators, we don't see the other board. Sometimes as players, you only see half of your board, the one side that you're cleaning, and there's a great place to drop the piece to clean the other side.
True.
And they won't put it over there. And a lot of times you'll be watching as a viewer and you'll be like, why did they put the piece there? But like I said, as you play the game a lot, you can tell when a player is focused on even just a half of the board, and so they miss those kind of small things like that.
Yeah, that's why you see like missed Tetrises, for example. It's not the it's it's easier than it seems to kind of like glaze over that, because you are so focused on maybe having your left built out or your razor focused on that, and you'll miss like something like a Tetris, and it happens to everybody. Okay, Sodium. Rough Okay, getting better pieces there to kind of open that up, but
but Laser needs to do some burning as well.
yeah. Sodium does still have that lead, so if Laser does clean this up, maybe he can close the gap a little bit.
Yeah, unfortunately, Laser is down by quite a bit right now. 120,000, as you can see here. Sodium, and they're on equal lines too, so this is a true lead here that we're seeing for Sodium. Oh, ooh, okay. A little bit of indecision by Sodium, but nothing that you can't recover from. You can see as soon as it happened, he was like, oh, but then instantly snapped back into calmness, and I can fix this. No problem,
Nice.
no problem.
Nice. Laser was able to drop 2 Tetrises while that was happening, so closing the gap a little bit. Sodium trying to bring it back there with that Tetris, and Laser Monkey has a rough situation here, James.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Ah, I couldn't hyper tap it over there fast enough. There you go. Sodium is going to go up 2-0 right now. And yeah, Sodium is good. But again, as a Tetris player, it's hard to break this rhythm.
Yeah.
There you go.
You're like, oh, do I have to stop? I'm in the zone. I don't want to stop. Understandable.
It's that thing. It's like you're playing and you're like, okay. I have it all set. Tetris. Okay, now I know I'm in a good, clean place. Is that OCD over there? Wait, some people are saying Dog has defeated Corion 3-1.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
Wow.
Be sure to have your Classic Tetris 1 open. All right, Sodium is ready, and Laser probably taking a second. He seems like he's kind of scoffing it off, laughing it off for a second, because, I mean, that's a good way to approach it. You don't want to get too upset. Bring your A game.
Well, I'm sure he wants to make sure he's as laser focused as possible. So,
alrighty. Looks like Laser a little hesitant to ready up there. Maybe he really wanted to make sure that he was ready. He's like, am I ready yet? Maybe we'll give it a minute. But he is ready. Let's go.
All right. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Tetris. We got to work on that. But we're going. We're here.
Are people actually worried about spoilers on the other stream?
I think it's more of a YouTube thing, but yeah.
Oh, fair enough. We can bleep it out then when we. Oh, I believe that, beep, kind of thing. So I think we'll be good.
Yeah, Adam, if you're watching, be sure to bleep out James there. Irresponsible spoiler. Okay. Anyways, Sodium is up by about Tetris to start things off. Early days, first 10 lines. No big deal.
All right. Unfortunate pieces for Sodium right now. Not getting some good pieces. He's going to, again, same story. I've said it a million times. You're going to be able to work your way through it, but it's just unfortunate for the point deficit that you're going to build yourself at this moment. Sodium had the ability to get that T-spin in there. Of course, you don't get anything extra for the T-spin, just so people know, unlike modern games where you get extra points and stuff like that. But that doesn't happen here on NES Tetris. Mm-hmm. They don't consider T-spins being fancy at all.
Yeah, the T-spins kind of come into play because there are situations where it could be more efficient given the scenario, but no bonuses or anything like that, so you're not going to be intentionally building it unless it's for downstacking or to maintain good board health.
Yeah, and I see the chat. Don't worry about it. Like I wasn't aware that it was bad etiquette for that, but I will definitely not do it.
No worries.
I won't do it.
Yep.
Everybody is good. And it's all good.
No, I am livid right now, James.
Yeah.
So
I think you're still probably more mad about that max out that.
Oh yeah, very true. So a good point here. I don't know if I want. We'll let Karma come back. I think Karma already paid for itself where he lost 2 games following that. Teasing of the max out there, and. He's looking pretty poised here to go to the finals of this group. He's already up 2-0 against Laser Monkey and has a 10k lead here.
Yeah. And boom, Tetris for Sodium. Perfect L piece to drop right there on the right side to set up another Tetris. Oh, I love that rotation of the T piece at the last second to give the S piece a perfect spot to drop. Well, okay.
Interesting.
he at the last second he wanted to make an adjustment,
yeah,
and it didn't work out the way that he was expecting it to.
Well,
and happens to all of us.
Yeah, he might have been also setting up for a nice horizontal burn there. It's hard to say sometimes. It's hard to get in the mind of what they were thinking there, but either way, he's clean. He drops a Tetris, and he has pushed this gap to 52,000 lead over Laser Monkey, who is on his last life here. Let's see if he can bring it back.
Yeah. You can see he's cleaning a lot here, and they are giving him a dearth of Z pieces, and then they give him back-to-back Z pieces, of course, when he didn't need it as badly anymore. But that's the way it works. That's the way the Tetris blocks roll.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. See right there. Okay. Let's see how Laser resolves this. Perfect. Got the O piece to fit right in there.
Satisfying.
But yeah, has that really kind of ugly block right? Oh, okay. Actually, that was beautifully played by Laser. By Laser there to finish that out, and gets the double L to fill out the column.
That was a blessing. That could have. You definitely need those kind of pieces quick to fill out the left, because if you don't fill out the left, you're gonna have trouble burning and end up in a very difficult scenario. So. There we go.
Yeah, we've definitely, talked about how the bad RNG can ruin you. Dude, you don't, because the bad RNG sticks out so much, the good RNG is hard to notice,
Right.
And sometimes you just get the perfect pieces. And like I said, I get mad at my own RNG, but I definitely tried to thank the RNG when they actually help me, because, I want to be fair.
That's true. I think we probably get good RNG most of the time, but it's just that RNG sticks out, and we all love to complain. It's universal, so. Okay. Sodium still maintaining that lead. I don't think he's really lost the lead since the beginning there. 70,000 point lead for Sodium. Laser Monkey with a nice little tuck there.
Dude, that was beautiful by Laser.
Yeah.
I mean, it was getting kind of awkward, but it just worked out perfectly for him, and he's going to get a boom Tetris. There you go. Well done by Laser, surviving that whole scenario. Now, he is down in points again here, and he is up in line. So this is a true deficit.
Transition is going to happen here in just one line here for Laser Monkey. Hopefully, he gets a nice Tetris to make it a little less stressful. Fills out that gap. Nice.
Oh, that O piece was so nice.
Ooh, double Tetris there for Sodium.
Back to back.
Speaking of back-to-back, Sodium is a very strong modern player as well. Played against him quite a few times on modern games, and he can bring it. He is very fast.
Yeah, it's like I said, if you're good at Tetris, you're good at Tetris. Now, obviously, the skills are going to vary differently, and that's one of my favorite things about it is, a little bit of indecision right there for Sodium. Can he clear this out? Shouldn't be a problem, but it's a little awkward at this point.
Yeah, I think, especially with that double burn, he is good. He's good.
Right there was the good RNG that, we were talking about.
Laser Monkey,
I mean, that's
he's up high here.
Yeah, he's got to see if he can clear that little gap there. Oh, that's perfect again. Pieces. Yeah, great pieces for him. Look at this hyper tapping. But now he needs something to drop in there. He's got that, but can he?
Ooh. Oh, nice tuck.
He needs more. There it is. Boom. Okay. Now he's feeling that much safer. Because remember, once you get to level 19, once you transition, the speed will not increase anymore until you get to level 29. So if you can handle speed 19, you can handle the speed all the way through 29. That's important right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Laser Monkey actually in the lead now. I didn't realize he closed that gap so quickly.
Yeah. Sodium had to do a lot of cleaning, unfortunately.
Yeah. So it's a one Tetris game pretty much at this level. Laser Monkey up by 29,000 points.
Can't quite get a Tetris yet. He's going for it. He is going for it.
There it is.
Oh! Whew.
That was a nice one. Right up high. There
Right?
we go. Second.
You see that micro adjustment on that T-piece at the last second to drop that J right in there was so clutched by Laser. Oh, here's a bad situation. He's double eye reliant now.
Yeah, Sodium's low. Not Tetris ready, though. He's not able to really take advantage of this burn scenario for Laser. I guess Laser is ahead on lines is what we should also consider. So.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Okay.
But Laser cleared out of that situation really nicely. But he's at level 27 right now, so he needs to build this because obviously relying on Sodium to top out is not a strategy.
Okay, Sodium drops the
There it
Tetris.
is. Boom, Tetris for Sodium.
10 lines left for Laser Monkey, and he has a 140,000 point lead. Sodium's going to have to be pretty aggressive here to get caught up. I think it's still doable if he could just drop Tetrises.
Yeah, if he could just get a long bar. There it is. Boom. Another Tetris. He's going to go for one last one. Where's another long bar? He doesn't care. There it is. Boom for the transition to the kill screen. He's up by 180,000.
That's going to make it tough. That might be lights out. I think Sodium might have some potential to play in the kill screen a little bit. It's going to have to come down to it.
The only way he can win this is if he plays super aggressive right now, and unfortunately the pieces are not working out for him at all, and Laser is on the board. Let's go Laser with a 971,745 there. Nice. 19,000 away from the max out, so great job to Laser.
GG Laser Monkey on the board, trying to get this reverse sweep against Sodium Overdose. We'll see if he has it in him. Taking a moment to relax a little bit, maybe feeling some adrenaline there. All right. James just ran away, so you're just stuck with me, Mr. World Puzzle League, here for a moment. And both players are ready. Let's go.
I didn't even notice how dark it got over where I was.
Commentating in the dark. That would have made for a funny scene, though.
Switch over to me and it was just like pitch black. Oh, man. All right. Here we go. Can Laser Monkey bring this back? You know, one game at a time. That's the way it always works. One game at a time. Get your opponent thinking about it a little bit. There's that mental aspect of the verses. You know, when you're doing the qualifying, it's nice because you're playing against yourself. But when you're at this point, you know, knowing how fast your opponent is playing and, you know, where he is compared to you in lines, it adds an extra element there. And Laser with a accidental shift, I think, one over too much. He was Tetris ready, but he ended up accidentally creating burns for himself.
Yeah,
he's got a tuck scenario, but that's an easy tuck there. But now the piece is not coming in his favor.
Okay, fortunately, because that long bar, that was kind of not. He had a bit of a build in the center and not really flat on the left, so it could have got really hairy there if he didn't.
And also the other big fortunate thing was that was a row 9 gap, which means he could have gotten 2 Tetrises and even got another Tetris right there before finally getting into that hole. So things working out really well for Laser for a while, but now again a little bit of awkward situation.
Yep, running into some burns now. So Sodium does take the lead and gets a bit of a larger lead after dropping that Tetris. He is ready to get a substantial lead here unless Laser can clear this up pretty soon, and he's looking capable.
Also glad to see a lot of the veterans jumping in here in chat to watch some Tetris here as well.
Oh, absolutely.
See Mr. Tullis in the chat over here.
Yeah, I saw Jonas was lurking for a bit as well. Probably still is. Okay.
And Jonas is not that impressive to me. So, you know.
It's all about Josh. Josh is the impressive guy around here right now.
Yeah, exactly.
62,000 point lead for Sodium. Looking sharp. Laser did finally clean up and drops a Tetris to bring that gap closer to his favor.
Only one Tetris down. It's all good. All right, some bad RNG here for Sodium, so he's going to have to clear this out. Again, Yeah, see, he doesn't want to
Nice.
drop that S piece in the hole to clear the line because it wouldn't have actually cleared the gap. That's one of the hardest things to learn when you're learning Tetris is how to see the holes at the bottom and know not to continually just basically keep covering up the hole the same way over and over and over and over again.
Oh, there we go. Tetris
Perfect.
or Sodium. Still maintaining that lead. Laser closing in on him slowly. Laser has to take a triple there because of his the hole in his bottom row, so he's going to take a row up Tetris most likely here.
Yep, just focus on the... Oh, that was definitely not an intentional way that he rotated that.
Yeah, I think a bit of a misrotate there, and he'll be all right.
Yeah, but again, now he's down 50,000 points at equal lines, so that is definitely a slightly over 2 Tetris lead that Sodium has that needs to be resolved here. He's at a 53% Tetris rate, Sodium, right now. Once he gets the next Tetris, I'll let you know what rate he's at as well. So waiting for that long bar.
There it is.
There it is. And boom,
63.
Tetris for Sodium, 63.
He's on max out pace. Looking to close this best of 5 out right here, right now. Will Laser be able to combat it? Sodium still maintaining that lead ever since the first 25 lines. About 50,000 point lead for him right now.
Yeah, getting 60,000 is about max out pace. 53% definitely is still very, very strong. Just needs to get that 2 and 3, column 2 and 3. He does, and now Laser, boom, Tetris for Laser. Oh, what? I see Sodium laughing about something. Wasn't sure what's going on here, but he's the same kind of thing that we were talking about Johann, right? I mean, I love seeing Sodium having a good time while playing this.
Right. Yeah, he's he's geeking about something. Maybe somebody is telling him something funny, and the voice calms, but. Yeah, he's having a good time here. I can respect that. Can alleviate some of the nerves, and both players about to transition in about 10 lines. Sodium still has a small lead, nothing too crazy.
Yeah. Nice talk. I was about to say, unfortunately, he doesn't have as good of a board, but he fixed it up with that beautiful T-spin. And there we go. Sodium and Laser now with both clear and clean boards. Oh, never mind. I just commentators cursed Laser here. Let's see if he can fix this. Oh, those are perfect pieces. Perfect pieces. Beautiful stuff right there.
Okay, Sodium's still a little high too.
All right, transition for Sodium. Transition for Sodium.
There we go.
Yeah.
And another one. Keeping that same about 58,000 point lead here for Sodium. Laser Monkey ready for the Tetris, looking for it. Trying to play, just taking some single line burns. Really wants to close that gap, trying to play efficient.
That's important to do that.
There it is.
Here. Oh, God. All right. And also Tetris ready is Sodium, but he's got his own drought to deal with now. There it is, and boom, Tetris for Sodium. 64% and 60% for Laser. He has raised his Tetris rate to 60%. Yeah. Really nicely done, but needs something to fill in on that side. Yeah. There.
He's getting pretty dependent here. He gets the square.
Where's there? Got it in there. No. Where's the line piece? Oh no! Oh no! And that's gonna do it right there. Couldn't quite get it. Not enough line pieces in a row. And Sodium has taken it 2-0 over Laser. And I'm sorry, 3-1. What am I talking about? 2-0, 3-1.
You're lost in the actual CTWC with the best of threes. So Sodium takes the 3-1 lead and moves on to the finals of Group H, James.
Yep, there you go. And so he'll be getting the rematch where he played in winners finals. and he's ready to go. But great job to Laser. Again, you know, he was able to defeat Johann a little bit earlier in the top 4, and here he is. He is now, you know, took it to game number 4 here in this losers finals. Great job to him. Well, did he just pause the game and go back to play?
Oh, we might need to review that game. We got a pause from sodium overdose.
Mr. Aldas, we need a ruling over here. We need a ruling over here. But he's on max out pace, so I think he just wants to see how close he can get to it right now.
Yeah, I'll let him finish out the game. A little victory lap here.
Boom, look at this. 924,000. Just needs a T or a Z, a T or an S. Finally gets the T, and boom, Tetris. How's he going to cover up that little awkward gap? Okay, he's just going to have to block it. Doesn't have much of a choice. So he's not going to be able to get another Tetris anytime soon because he's got to do some burning here. That's a triple, so now he can get a row 1 Tetris. Of course, is that much more difficult at this speed. But, oh, there it is. He's got himself ready for that Tetris. And boom, max out for Sodium.
We're not going to see... He doesn't have his Game Genie on right now, so we don't know exactly the score. But it is indeed a max out. You can't get any more score from here, Sodium, so you've already hit the best score in the world.
He's like, I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet. Boom. There we go.
He's feeling
he
it.
Is hyped.
Yeah.
He's pumped. Let's go, Sodium. GG's, says Laser. And definitely GG's to you as well, Laser. Well done.